This new moon in Capricorn can change your life, not because something magical appears, but because you are being asked to rise up to a new level of responsibility and clarity and self-trust. There's a powerful concentration of planets in Capricorn asking you to get serious about what you're building. And at the same time, old wounds around confidence and independence are being activated. So this moment may feel uncomfortable, but it's deeply purposeful. You are being supported to make choices now that create real security, not temporary comforts. Welcome to my channel. I'm Yolanda. I'm a Western tropical astrologer and life coach, and I've been doing this for 20 plus years now. I specialize in psychological and mythic astrology. I do not focus on predicting world or global events. My focus is facilitating positive change and helping you achieve your goals. Okay, so let's take a look at the chart for this new moon in Capricorn, and then I'm also going to look at your rising signs. So do stick around to check out your rising signs and also your sun sign, and you may also want to look at your moon sign if you know your moon sign. Okay, let's look at the chart for this new moon in Capricorn. I have my tea. I'm going to keep this, well, I'm going to try to keep this brief because I've noticed that I lose people when I go on too long about this part, which is my favorite part, which is describing the actual lunation chart. Now, you'll see that the moon and the sun is at 28 degrees of Capricorn, conjunct Mercury and Mars, and also Juno is in the picture, and Vesta is here in Aquarius, and Pluto and Venus are in Aquarius too. They're all in a conjunction. Okay, it's an out of sign conjunction with Venus and Pluto, but still a conjunction. So it's a powerful lineup of planets, right? All ruled by Saturn, because Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. And where is Capricorn? I mean, where is Saturn? Saturn is in Pisces and conjunct Neptune. And Saturn in Pisces is helping us manifest our dreams. He's not very powerful in Pisces, but he is doing his best to help us, get real about what is possible for us, and then make that happen. All right. And this is why this lunation is so powerful. This is such a wonderful, beautiful, possibly the best new moon of the year, 2026, because Saturn is behind it, behind all these planets, saying, okay, I'm here to help you create that structure. I'm here to help you create routine and become more disciplined. I want you to become serious. Be serious about what it is that you are hoping to achieve out in the world. And Saturn is an enduring power, right? It's power that lasts. It's influence that lasts. So whatever you build, starting now around this new moon in Capricorn, has got the potential to last a lifetime and beyond. This is why this is such a wonderful, wonderful lunation. So I want you all to grab it and work with it. Every sign, I mean, please go listen to your sun and rising signs, but every sign has got something potentially marvelous and happening at this time that is going to grow into something, right? It's this energy of planting the roots, or planting rather the seed, and then watching this grow into this magnificent tree over time, that kind of energy. Okay, now The planets in Capricorn are all in a square to Chiron. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I post daily reels where I discuss the daily weather, where I just share these little, notes on what the astrology of the day is. And please follow me on Instagram if you are interested in knowing what the astrology is doing every day. But anyway, what this means that all these planets squaring Chiron one by one are basically saying you are in the process of healing wounds around issues to do with your Capricorn house and your Aries house. But in a broader sense, it's to do with issues around being seen, being heard, and being yourself, being authentic. Okay. So again, follow me on Instagram. There'll be a link here in the YouTube, and you'll see that I spoke about this. For example, Venus square Chiron, Sun square Chiron, Mars square Chiron. Go visit those reels and you'll know what I'm saying. But anyway, it's all about healing these wounds around visibility, being heard, being yourself, being authentic. And then not, healing the wounds, but then initiating, because Chiron in Aries initiates a new beginning. That is what Chiron is doing in Aries. And he can only assist once you have done the necessary work, the psychological and spiritual healing. Okay. The other thing that these planets in Capricorn are doing they are sextile Saturn and sextile Neptune. And a sextile aspect is a harmonious aspect, which means that it's easy and flowing. So we are getting this wonderful benevolent energy from the ruler of this lunation, assisting us in helping us realize a dream. We are making our dreams, our fantasies reality. This is what's happening. We are becoming aware of the power of our dreams, okay, and the power of our imagination, because Pisces is imagination. It's a very creative sign. So the power of your imagination, the power of creative action. Okay. All right. So let's dive in. Let's go straight into Aries. And I hope you do not hear that the person upstairs is vacuuming now at this time. Goodness. Okay. Let's go to Aries. Okay, so Aries, Sun and Rising. Capricorn is your 10th house of career and profession, so your reputation as well, and ruled by Saturn in your 12th house of your creative self-expression, your imagination, but also psychological healing. All right. The 12th house has to do with shadow work and healing your spiritual and psychological wounds. Specifically, more karmic and spiritual healing is required in the 12th house. The 8th house is more mind-oriented, psychological. But anyway, there's a lot of healing to be done here. If you have done the work, is what this lunation is saying. If you have done the work or are doing the work of healing any wounds around being visible, being yourself, being your true self, right, then there is a very good chance that if you are employed by someone, that you're going to be promoted around this time. You're going to be promoted. You're going to be recognized for your work. If you're self-employed, again, you may be recognized at this time. You may be seen, or you may realize that you have what it takes to be, self-employed, be the leader or your own boss. Okay. And so this new moon may see you, Aries and Rising, starting your own business, doing your own thing, running with your own venture. If you are employed, you may be promoted, like I said. But yeah, this is a moon that says, be your own boss. What's stopping you from being your own boss? And the answer may be to do with issues around confidence and self-belief, and also maybe fear of visibility or public, or being out in the public. Aries, you've got this. You have got this. You are a born leader. We are moving into a very powerful year with you when Saturn and Neptune ingress into Aries. This is your year. This is your time to do your thing. Now, there's a very good chance that whatever you need to do, if you are self-employed, especially at this time, is you have to adopt. If you're not already on social media, you have to really go for it. Go for it. Launch your YouTube channel, show up on Instagram, whatever it is you have to do, but you have to go onto social media. You have to become an online presence. And this is the way forward for you, Aries, Sun and Rising. Anyway, let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you, Aries, Sun and Rising. Now let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, Capricorn is your 9th house of, higher education, philosophy, beliefs, foreign cultures, people from foreign cultures, and your 9th house here is ruled by Saturn in the 11th house. So let me just take a sip here. So what is happening is, around this new moon, you may find yourself traveling. You may be going overseas. You may be going overseas with friends or to visit friends. You may be going overseas for spiritual reasons, for example, joining an ashram or going on a retreat, a yoga retreat, a spiritual retreat. You may be going overseas to university or college, or you may not be going overseas, but just going into university or college at this time or taking some sort of course. There is a chance that your travels at this time may introduce you to a new love interest, or you may make friends with someone, become a very close friend with someone during your travels, or again, if you are doing a course, higher education of some sort, diploma, etc., you may meet someone important. There is also a good chance, Taurus, that you may be surprised like someone may actually invite you to, say, an overseas conference, for example. You may have to go speak overseas, or there's a job opportunity overseas, and this may become as a surprise. And the surprise comes from a friend, probably a woman, a female friend who surprises you with this invitation. Let me just say as well, Taurus, that obviously I cannot be too specific without seeing your own natal chart, but this is just a quick overview of what is possible around this new moon in Capricorn. Do let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. Gemini, Sun and Rising. So Gemini, Sun and Rising, this lunation occurs in your 8th house of, secrets and secrets and death and taxes and inheritances and other people's money and debts, and all ruled here by Saturn in the 10th house. So Gemini, this may look like a unexpected, by the way, an unexpected bonus or a tax payout coming out. Now, by the way, do know that this new moon is in effect for like 6 months. So you could be expecting, you might not be expecting, you don't know this, but you could be getting a tax payout or some sort of bonus from work that you do. So maybe a royalty check. I don't know what work you're in, but surely there's some sort of money, and it's going to be unexpected or surprising coming your way. What else is there? You may also decide that now is the time to start a new career around esoteric subjects, so-called taboo subjects. So astrology, tarot, But it could also be something to do with sex, right? Or death. You could change into a career around that, okay? There's also a chance with all this coming, this square to Chiron, that something is revealed possibly in the workplace at this time that is going to trigger you, and it's going to, it's going to bring up, this, it's going to just basically scratch that wound again. It's some wound that is unresolved, that you are going to become aware of is unresolved, and you have to deal with it. And it could be a wound around friendships, trust. Yeah, you may feel like you've been betrayed by someone at this time. So do watch out for that. That is a possibility, but otherwise, this is a moon of money coming in a rather unexpected fashion, in an unexpected manner, or you weren't expecting it, that's for sure. You may also find yourself in a relationship with a foreign person or someone from another culture. Gemini, Sun and Rising. You may be in a new love relationship at this time, or find someone within the next 6 months from another culture that you're going to be in a relationship with. Okay, Gemini, Sun and Rising, do let me know in the comments if this resonated. Cancer, Sun and Rising. So this lunation occurs in your 7th house of, contracts and partners, business and romantic partners. But also, if you are a self-employed person like I am, then it's your audience. So this is an interesting one, Cancer. It's wonderful in that you are possibly going to be in a position where you are going to be seen more by more people, going to be recognized, because Uranus is in this beautiful trine here. So the possibility of you being recognized by a greater group of people is very high, and it may bring a partnership of some sort, because again, Juno is here. Juno's part of this whole lunation. You've also got this wonderful, conjunction here with Venus. Mercury is involved. Yeah, there's a possibility of a partnership, because you are now more visible, possibly online. Maybe you've got a YouTube channel out, whatever you're doing out there, you're now finally being seen. And it's just a wonderful time for you, Cancer, in general. However, we do have to note that Mars going through the 7th house can sometimes bring about separation and divorce. So some Cancerians may be experiencing that around this lunation, and do leave a comment if that's what's going on in your life. However, do not stress. Please remember that your planets, your own planets, your natal planets, and whether or not they are being aspected by this lunation have to be considered. So for that, you will require, private reading. But anyway, generally speaking, this is a positive lunation. But for some Cancerians, it's certainly bringing, divorce, separation, because, well, you realize this person's not right for you, right? Not right for you. And I wouldn't be surprised if the issue is one of energy. Energetically, you're just incompatible. This person may bring you down, just not on the same energetic level as you are. There is also a chance that you may, with Saturn in the 9th house, meet someone from a foreign place. And, if you are going to be falling in love with someone, it's probably going to be a foreigner at this time. again, it's going to be all pretty unexpected and pretty sudden. There's this quality of suddenness and unexpectedness to this lunation, yeah. You could also be traveling. Again, this new moon is going to put things into effect over the next 9 months. So it could be that you are sorting out your travel plans right now, or decide around this new moon that you are going to travel. You might buy your tickets now or book your hotel, but certainly you may be traveling. And if you do, it's a wonderful time to visit, wonderful time to travel for sure. Okay. Anyway, Cancer, Sun, and Rising, do let me know in the comments if that's what's coming up, if this is resonating with you. Leo. Where are we? Leo, Sun and Rising. So Leo, this is your 6th house that's being highlighted by this lunation. And this is all about your job, your daily routine, your health. And this is a sign that you possibly, okay, let's get this negative or potential negatives out of the way. The potential negatives here are health-wise, you may be suffering from inflammation. Okay, so inflammation in your joints, some sort of joint issue, bones, something to do with that. You could also be suffering from, headaches, but if you are, then it's related to inflammation. That's the health side of issues, like inflammation, irritation, so maybe skin irritations. Now, or even skin allergies. The other thing is that Mars here in the 6th house can also mean that you're pretty fed up at work or with people that you work with your colleagues, and that the time has come for you to move on, or someone that you work with is moving on. Do leave a comment if that is happening right now or about to happen, if this starts happening, because this is a new moon. It's going to be a new beginning. This is going to come your way. It might be that you've had enough and the time has come to move on. And it's a good time, by the way, Leo, for you to, around this lunation, around the new moon, to send out your resume if you are looking for new work. Because, it's either you have to go or someone else is going to go. Okay, Saturn rules this lunation, and Saturn is in your 8th house. Yeah. Let's just say that it has been unpleasant at work. It feels to me like there is possible betrayal, underhandedness, backstabbing, things that are done in secret behind your back, and you've suddenly, you now become aware of it. You are now aware of it. Someone might have told you what's going on. Again, there's this element of surprise with Uranus involved. Uranus, though, is in a harmonious aspect to all of this. So whatever manifests at this time is actually going to work out for your good, your greater good, Leo. So do not stress too much about this. Again, if you're looking for work, you're going to get a new job. And if you are not looking for work and you're actually quite satisfied or happy at work, a colleague is about to go. Okay. And then, of course, with the 6th house, you may be getting a pet. You may decide it's time to get a new pet. Okay. Let me know, Leo. Do leave a comment. Okay, moving on to Virgo, Sun and Rising. So Virgo, this is your 5th house. So this new moon is highlighting your 5th house of creativity and children and fun and romance. So this is a beautiful new moon. The possibility of a new romantic partner striding into your life is very high. And it's going to take you it's going to take you by surprise for sure. And possibly someone from another culture, from another country, or someone who was born in another country. What else? And yeah, this is going to look very good. This romance has got all the right vibes. All the right vibes. It's going to be a serious romance. It's going to lead to something serious. I'm happy for you, Virgo. I'm excited. Yeah. If you are not looking for a new romantic partner, this is just wonderful, wonderful vibes for your marriage, your long-term partnership. Wonderful vibes. You're probably going to go on a romantic getaway. Maybe you're going to go overseas. You decide to go travel overseas. It might be quite spontaneous, this decision to go somewhere romantic, spontaneous. And if that's not on the cards, Virgo, hopefully it is, you will be focused on your art, on your crafts, on being more creative, just more daily. And you know, if you apply yourself, because this is all Capricornian energy, it's all about applying yourself, being disciplined, your creative efforts, your artworks, your crafts are going to bring you immense joy and pleasure at this time. And there's this possibility that you could turn something that you're doing creatively into a job, into something that you're doing every single day. Okay. Right, Virgo, Sun and Rising, do leave a comment. Let me know if this resonated with you. Libra, Sun and Rising. So this lunation occurs in your fourth house, which is the home, family, your legacy. And okay, so there's stuff going on here, right? The good news is if you are wanting to move, purchase a new home, this is all happening around this time and it's going to be fantastic. You're going to be very happy where you move to. If you haven't moved yet, you will over the next 6 months definitely move on to, move to a new house, a new apartment. Right. So, if you move, you are going to like where you're moving to. And if you are considering moving, you're going to do well. You're going to find a good place. There may be an issue around, a surprising issue though, around land. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I would have to look at your own personal chart. If you have purchased land, property, there may be some sort of surprising issue around land at this time. And I can't begin to even try to fathom exactly what it is, but it will be an unexpected issue. And so what I would do is I would double check, if I were you, all your purchase agreements, property, borders, maps, whatever it is, very, very carefully at this time, and make sure that you know exactly what you can use, where you can go, what is yours, that kind of thing. Okay, what else can I tell you here? And if you are, your job right now, your job may also be taking you more outdoors. You may be spending more time outdoors, possibly for work, or you are actually spending more time outdoors. Maybe you're walking more, things like that, but certainly a more outdoorsy thing is happening for you because you are focused on your health and well-being. I hesitate to say this. You've either come out of some plumbing problems, or you may be experiencing plumbing problems, or maybe the plumbing problems is what actually convinced you to leave wherever you are or wherever you were before. But yeah, it seems to be in the past, Libra, Sun and Rising. But anyway, do let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. Alrighty, next. Scorpio, sun and rising. So this lunation occurs in your third house of communication and neighbors and your immediate neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles. And it's ruled by Saturn in your fifth house. So yeah, Scorpio, there is possibly a need to, this is all to do with expressing yourself and communicating your value, right? Communicating your value and being more assertive and confident with your creative talents, your abilities. So, for example, if you're a writer, this is now an excellent time to start sharing your writing. If you are a speaker, it's an excellent time to go put yourself out there, speak openly, publicly. This is what this lunation is encouraging you to do. You're going to find success by doing so. You are going to find your audience, and you're also going to have fun doing so. So if you are writing, or if you want to write a book, now is the time to start. Scorpio, sun and rising, excellent time to start writing a new book. The potential of this, whatever you're writing at this time, being published later on is very high. So I would do that. There is also the invitation, this cosmic invitation to get more involved with your community. So if you've been wanting to join, say, for example, a writers group in your community or a book club, now is the time to do so. Let me see what else. I mean, there's also the potential of you moving or wanting to move somewhere else close to home, so you're not going very far. Okay. All right, Scorpio, sun and rising. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Sagittarius, sun and rising. So this lunation is occurring in your second house of income, earned income and self-worth, ruled by Saturn in your fourth house. Oh, lovely. Okay, so basically the story here, Sagittarius, sun and rising, is there is a very good chance that you are going to come into money through property. So maybe the sale of property, could be an inheritance. It could be an inheritance for sure. But yeah, it's something to do with land, a house, okay? And you are going to come into some money. It may be unexpected. It may come as a surprise. The timing may be a surprise to you. But yeah, that's what this is looking like. This income, this extra income that's coming in, it has to do with property or the sale of a home. But it could be, like I said, property that's been in the family for a long time, right? What else? In terms of Capricorn energy, the advice is to really get very focused on your money, your earned income, and how you're spending it, how you're using it, and set these goals to grow your money, right? This is a wonderful new moon, excellent lunation to start a savings plan, for example. I mean, I would recommend, Sagittarius, sun and rising, that you take whatever it is, $100, and go open a savings account on this day, right? On the new moon, or a day later, or 2 days later. By the way, the 21st of January is a very fortunate day. Go open a bank account and commit to saving money. Excellent time for you to do so. Okay, Sagittarius, sun and rising, let me know if this resonated with you. And Capricorn, this is your new moon. Okay, this is happening in your first house of self-identity, appearance, how you are, how you show up in public. And this lunation is basically saying that you can be, you can be your true self. If you can now be the person you are meant to be. If you have done the work and continue to do doing the work, if you continue to doing the work of letting go, because here's Chiron in the 4th house, of letting go of inherited falsehoods, beliefs that have been holding you back, that were, that have come down through the generations, or that your parents instilled in you, that are unfortunately not true and not helpful to who you are and who you become or becoming, right? And so by letting go of these falsehoods, generational falsehoods, excuse me, let me have some water. You now have this cosmic blessing to become who you are, all right? To embrace your authentic self and to show up in the world as this wonderful, ambitious person who is born to succeed, who has the discipline, who has the necessary discipline to do what they have to do to achieve their goals. Right, I'm back. I had a bit of a coughing fit. Okay, so Capricorn, now is the time around this new moon to go get your hair cut or buy, a whole bunch of new wardrobe. Do whatever you want to do with your appearance. Excellent time to do that, to again focus on how you are presenting yourself in public, how you're showing up. And by doing this, by showing up as your authentic self, you actually start attracting more opportunities for, increased income, more opportunities to grow in prosperity, abundance, and wealth. And also your self-worth, your sense of worthiness increases around this new moon in Capricorn. Okay. So Capricorn, Sun and Rising, let me know if this resonated with you, if you're feeling this, if you're feeling like you're coming into your power. Okay. Right, next up, Aquarius, Sun and Rising. So Sagittarius is your 12th house. Sagittarius, Capricorn is your 12th house, and this lunation is happening in Capricorn, your 12th house. And so the 12th house is a lot of things. It's usually the house of retreat, of going away. It's very psychological, of doing the shadow work, diving deep, okay, into whatever's holding you back and sorting it out so that you can heal yourself from, whatever issue, whatever is preventing you from taking charge of your life and living your best life. That's the 12th house. It gives you this opportunity to retreat, think, go deep. But it's also a very creative house. So Aquarius, Sun and Rising, if you're working on a creative project, this is wonderful. If you want to start a creative project, now's an excellent time to do so, around the new moon in Capricorn. Fabulous time to start a creative project. Saturn is supporting you in terms of giving you the strength, the belief, the self-belief to do what you have to do with whatever this project is to accomplish your goals. You've got as well the Sun conjunct Venus in your 1st house and Pluto in your 1st house. This is an incredible time of like agency, of knowing that you have choice and that you can actually steer your ship in the direction where you want to go in your life, right? And this is just a fabulous time, but you also know, Aquarius, that you do have to sort out issues around, because Chiron's in your 3rd house, it has something to do with issues around your right to express yourself, to be yourself, to be your most authentic self, and to say what it is that you want to say, speak your truth, okay? All right, Aquarius, Sun and Rising, do let me know if that resonated with you. Pisces, sun and rising. So Capricorn, Capricorn is your 11th house, and this lunation is, of course, highlighting your 11th house of groups and associations and friendships and networks, so online stuff, internet. So Pisces, if you want to start something on the internet, if you want to launch, start a YouTube channel, get into Instagram or whatever it is you want to do, now is the time, fantastic time for you to do so. With Saturn in your first house, it's, the cosmos is encouraging you to go public, show yourself, present yourself, share your work. And it's possibly something to do with your creativity. You might be wanting to share, your poetry, your writing, your painting, your crafts, whatever it is. Pisces, you now have the go-ahead to do it and show up. Any issues that you are facing at this time with Chiron squaring this has to do with your sense of worthiness. Are you worthy? Are you worthy? Do you deserve the attention? Do you deserve success online? And the answer is yes, you do, but you need to do this work yourself, right? I mean, me telling you this, I give you permission, Pisces, you have permission to show up and be yourself, but you still have to do the work, okay? You still have to do the work. And you know what, Pisces, if you go online, if you join the groups, if you start mingling with other people now, I think you're going to be surprised by your popularity. However, there is a little fly in this ointment, small little fly here. It may be possible, or it may happen that you have to part ways with a friend at this time, because this friend is just bringing you down, energetically bringing you down, and you are not vibing anymore. Or this friend may just exit your life quite suddenly, right? A rather unexpected happening but this is what's happening. Hopefully it's all positive and there's nothing, too dramatic here. But anyway, if you do want to start something online, if you want to join a group, now is the time around this new moon in Capricorn, Pisces. Do let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. Okay, people, thank you so much for being here, for watching. I do treasure each and every one of you that shows up here. I am thrilled, by the way, that I now have 50 subscribers. 50. But it really means the world to me that I have 50 subscribers. If you enjoyed watching this and you found it helpful, if you find my videos helpful, please do remember to subscribe. Do subscribe. It does make a difference. It just helps my videos reach more people. And hit that like too. Thank you again. I will see you in the next video.